still here? Dude, you should get that checked out.
Yeah. Oh, these young guys.
So prostate enlargement and difficulty urinating is very common in men, especially as they get on in years, but it can happen to men of any age. It's usually nothing, but it might be early signs of cancer. Hello, I'm Dr. Tom Unger, and welcome to Think You Can Shrink. We take people who think they're good at giving advice and good at talking to people and see how they do. And remember, they don't know anything about the people they're going to be seeing or their problems. Today, you're going to meet Leo, who's having difficulty urinating. Leo describes himself as a man's man, the breadwinner and a devoted husband and father. Like many men his age, getting a doctor's full physical exam has not been on his to-do list for quite a while, and he's anxious about it. Talking to Leo today will be Jordan, a personal trainer, and Stephen, a hairdresser. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
So what makes you think you can shrink?
I don't know. I care about people, and I've been listening to people's stories for decades.
Well, Stephen, today's a lucky day for you because we're going to put your people skills and all your listening skills and experience to the test.
Okay, well, that is exciting. I'm excited.
So while Stephen prepares to meet Leo, let's meet our judges. We're thrilled to have with us the co-host of ET Canada, Rick Campanelli.
Thanks, I'm thrilled to be here. Thank you.
Psychiatrist, fabulous guy, Dr. Robert Weinstein.
Thank you, Tom.
And the amazing family doctor, emergency room physician, Dr. Jean-Pierre Champagne.
Thanks for letting me participate today, Tom.
Let's see how Stephen does.
Hi there.
Leo.
Stephen. Nice.
Stephen, glad to meet you.
So, Ale?
Leo.
Leo. Leo, nice to meet you. How are you?
Very good. Very good.
So what's going on?
Well, I'm told I'm here to talk.
Okay.
We're here to talk. I'll tell you, it's not my forte.
I understand.
Talking, you know?
Not easy, is it?
No. Don't particularly even want to, really, but
No.
I was told that talking, yeah, is good for me. At this point in my life, I need to be talking more.
Mm. And I get the sense that that premise is at this point striking a bit of a chord with you.
Well,
You think there might be something to it?
No, actually, I'm here, I won't say against my will, but no, I wouldn't say that no, I think we do a little too much talking now, as far as I'm concerned. Way too much talking.
All right, so you're really here because, I don't know, someone sort of...
Yeah, someone did. That
Right.
someone is somebody I live with.
I understand. Okay.
So,
Okay.
but I can say I came here and talked, but I'm a guy's guy. We came from here. There's certain things that a guy does, and I'm doing them, and I do it well. And I have 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Well, congratulations. How old?
Both 21 and 23, both in the university now.
Okay.
Still working, but we're here because my wife thought we should talk.
Right.
And so you might as well start talking because I'm a good listener.
Okay. Well, first of all, congratulations. Sounds like you have 2 lovely children.
Mm-hmm.
Children you're very, very proud of.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the fact that your wife feels that, you know, she feels that you should start, or you should sort of engage in some sort of form of communication. I guess ultimately, ultimately between the two of you, right? But maybe she feels maybe sometimes we need to. Sometimes we haven't really communicated or talked for such a long time. We haven't really necessarily developed skills.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not sure where to start and how to go about it. Well, I think I don't know. I think you have a great attitude, because just the fact that you chose to actually show up and be here, and you know, most people, you know, if they weren't open, they would just, especially, I'm going to say, well,
Yeah.
you're a little bit of you're more of an old school kind of guy,
I-
right? And I no offense there at all.
No,
Right?
I don't take it. The old school is still standing.
Right? Yes, indeed. Yeah, you know, so the fact that you actually showed up, I think that says a lot.
By the way, is there a washroom anywhere around here?
I'm assuming there probably is.
Okay. Okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, yeah, just. Yeah.
So, you know, it seems like your wife, you know, I think she wants you to make this better. I guess she's counting on you to make things better. She's probably counted on you to make things better for a long time.
Could you, tell me a bit more? I don't really get that. I don't really know what you mean.
JP, correct me if I'm wrong, but when the patient asks you what you're talking about, that's not a good sign. Not a good
Wait a
sign.
second, I get asked that every day. Your patients don't do it.
No. Hopefully they don't.
Yeah. The good thing is Leo asked it, and I was wondering the same thing.
The fact that your wife asked you to go and talk to someone, and my gut feeling again tells me that she's, I think she probably isn't aware. She probably isn't really aware of what's really going on with her so much, and she's more of a reactive sort of situation where she knows things aren't right. She knows she's not feeling good, and she's reaching out. It's almost like, just not necessarily in control, and she's reaching out to you.
Are we talking time of life here?
Sorry?
Women, time of life,
Oh.
change in the, Oh,
things changing. That's a hard time as well, isn't it?
Another thing we don't discuss at home.
Oh. I guess it's time to sort of engage in life more. Time for you and time for your wife.
Well, one thing I can tell you, we don't have to wait for the kids to go to sleep anymore. You know what I mean?
Well, that sounds like a healthy thing.
Really, bing, bang, boom, how you doing? Yeah, I know. Yeah, so things are good on that old clock.
Okay.
I'm thinking I might have to.
I think it's through that door
Okay.
and to the left.
Yeah, okay. Right.
This is a confusing one. It's like
Yeah, he hasn't taken control of the interview.
Well,
Yeah.
that's it,
He doesn't.
yeah.
He doesn't have a good handle on why he's there.
why he's there.
Yeah.
I'm trying to sort of listen to Stephen and try to understand what he's getting at. I sincerely don't really know what he's driving at in this conversation. I think at one point he's almost blaming the wife for not understanding or something like that. I think I got some of that. So I'll be very interested to see how this concludes.
And he's not picking up on the frequent bathroom breaks.
It's time for you guys. It's almost like a new life, a new beginning.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, You know, I guess you're right.
And that's exciting.
Yeah.
That's
and,
exciting.
I think you're right.
Well, Leo, it was great to meet you, and I hope that we've made some progress here. You know,
Yeah.
I really enjoyed our talk.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Oh, my pleasure.
So, Stephen, you met with Leo. How did that go for you?
He's a sweet guy. He's a really, really sweet guy. I felt for him.
And how do you think it went for you getting to the root of his concerns?
Maybe it was a tad awkward for me initially, maybe the first 10 seconds. I just needed to give myself permission to go ahead and deal directly with the issue.
Okay, yeah, it seemed like you might have been a little uncomfortable.
I was a little bit, indeed, yeah.
Well, thank you so much for doing it. Nice to meet you.
My pleasure.
Okay, judges, shrinks, how'd you think Stephen did?
Oh, God bless him, first of all. God, he was offering things. He's here, he's there, he's everywhere. But I just don't think he hit anything on the head. He was going at things at a roundabout way.
Yeah, I think the poor guy missed the boat.
Yeah, I think the overall sense was that he was very uncomfortable and couldn't get his bearings. So I have a feeling that his heart was in the right place. But
Well, let's see how Jordan does. Jordan, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as
Thanks,
well.
thanks for being with us.
Yeah, my pleasure.
So what makes you think you can shrink?
Well, I'm a business owner and personal trainer, but I actually have a Bachelor of Arts in Psychology. So I'm familiar with the basic psychological concepts, so can apply some of those things to how I deal with people in my everyday life. So I'm often talking to a lot of my personal training clients about their relationships with significant others, personal issues they might be having, and usually offering up some sort of advice.
Excellent. Well, today's your day. Let's see how you do.
All right, I'm excited. Hi, I'm Jordan.
Leo,
Leo, nice to meet you.
glad to meet you.
So, why'd you decide to come in today?
Well, my wife has been talking to me a fair bit about this for a while, and, you know, she keeps going on and on and on about it. So, you know, I thought, well, you know, maybe to keep her quiet a bit, but this isn't really up my alley, really. But
Sure. Sounds like a good decision. Happy wife, happy life, right?
yeah, it sort of works that way, and, you know, but really this is not really, I told her nothing much would come of it. But
Sure. And maybe that's the case. Why don't you tell me just a little bit about yourself?
well, I've been the sole provider for my family, and, you know, pretty physical man. I've always worked out,
Yeah?
played sports, played soccer as a young boy, still
Great.
play soccer today.
Good for you.
And, you know, I'm a guy. Like, I'm a real man's man kind of thing. And this is all this talking. We're all talking today. We're always talking.
Yeah?
And my wife said, well, you know, it was time for me to start talking. I don't know, talking. Too much talk, really, you know?
Well, you're doing a good job so far.
Yeah, I guess. And I'm still working, you know?
Good.
And we have 2 kids, a boy and a girl.
Lovely.
And they're in the university now. So I feel good about what I've done and that. And I just wonder, is there a washroom anywhere around here?
I think there's a washroom out there
okay.
if you need to use it.
Yeah, well, I just need to know.
Leo is at this age, you can tell with his gray hair. He's a lot older than Jordan. Jordan, he says he's in his 30s.
I think he said, yeah.
So Leo is probably thinking, sitting in this chair, well, how are you going to help me out with what I'm going through right now? You're not there yet. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, for sure.
But yeah, there's a generational gap here for sure.
Absolutely.
So, you know, if you don't mind me asking, what was the small thing that your wife wanted you to come and talk about?
You know, I have, you know, at this age you get up at night, to urinate, go to the washroom. And it takes a while to do it, right? Okay. And she was kind of concerned about it, and I said, I said, hey, this is what happens at this age, you get up, you got to do it. I mean, I was, all my friends,
sure.
Not that we're diagnosing each other or anything,
sure.
But you talk about it, and this is what happens, right? You get up, you gotta go. But it takes me a while. It takes me a while to do it.
Yeah.
But she said that, maybe there might be a problem. I said, what kind of problem? I told you, we do it. I don't know. Nah, I don't worry about it.
Sure.
You know what I mean? I don't worry about it.
When's the last time you had a checkup with your GP?
Oh, come on. This doctor stuff, like, what? I don't know what's that. Like, what? Everybody, you got a hiccup and everybody's going to the doctor. I'm fine, everything's hunky-dory. And the doctors, they don't make me feel comfortable either, really, to be honest with you.
I'm totally with you there. I try to avoid it if I can myself. Mm-hmm. I think there's some things that are worth getting checked out. I'm 30 and I've gone for a checkup maybe once in the last 2 years, and I know that in my next checkup something I probably should have done that makes me a little bit uncomfortable, but for the greater good is I think all men should have their prostate checked at some time. What do you think about that?
Well, now I know what you're talking about. I've heard this where they...
I think that happens, yeah.
And I'm going, you know what? That's not a good time.
So I want to bring up one thing, because I think Leo brought up a very important detail, and this comes up all of the time, the idea of getting your prostate checked. And specifically, we're talking about a digital rectal examination, finger on the inside. Leo makes he makes the motion that he's going to get examined this way, and it's not two fingers. It's no longer a fist or anything like that. It's just a little bit of gel on a finger, and it can truly be a life-saving endeavor. I completely understand the hesitance and the reluctance to do that. It takes about 10 seconds. Can be a true game changer.
Yeah.
So. I think there's something to be said about not liking it.
You seem fit and you seem like you're in great shape to me. Getting to know you, I like you. And it concerns me that your wife, is concerned for you, because I know what that's like. Usually they want the best for their partners. And, I'd love to see you stay fit and keep providing for your family and enjoying your time with your kids, and that stuff's all probably going to happen.
Prostate concerns, this is universal to all guys. And the thing, too, is that fortunately it's not very common, but even young men can run into prostate problems. It's not necessarily cancer, it can be enlarged, it can be infected. There's some stuff that can happen on. Even though there is some age disparity there, I think there's still a lot of fodder for communication between the two.
Yeah.
My wife and I are still active, if you get my drift.
Yeah.
And I know you get my drift.
I get your drift.
Yeah. So anyway, I believe, if there was any other way, I might consider it, but this hands-on thing, I'm not big on that.
I get the feeling, Leo, it took a lot of effort for him to come in, because you can see that he's just so tight-lipped. He gives nothing. And I think the conversation's going okay. I definitely do. But I think there's too much vagueness. The two of them are just simply dancing around a topic. And I think they both know that they need to sort of talk about his prostate.
Yeah.
And even Leo just said the hands-on process, his concerns with maybe a rectal examination. But sometimes you just really got to get down to a fine point in the conversation.
Yeah.
I think that might be helpful if we're able to get to that point for Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan isn't I'm just going to say attack, but he should be a little bit more aggressive in narrowing down what the issue is. And then, the conversation would be a little bit more beneficial, I think, for Leo. But I don't know if Jordan is quite there yet.
I don't know, maybe he'll get there though.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get the impression that he is zeroing down, but he's taking his time.
It's hard to, I think, admit to the fact that there might be something going on. And, you know, we're talking now, and just like I talk to any one of my friends about something I might be feeling, and I think if somebody told me that it sounded like something worth getting checked out, I would like to think that I would take their advice and just bite the bullet and make an appointment with the GP just to get checked out for sure, for peace of mind.
Well, I like the way he's picking up on that in a very gentle way on a very sensitive topic.
Very gentle, yeah. It was like watching paint dry for a while there.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
it was a little too gentle, but yeah, he got there.
Yeah.
You know,
Got
as
there.
two professionals who speak and listen as in a living, how would you turn this conversation into a specific point now? What would you guys do?
Well, I think he's taking it very nicely. We'll see what he does, but you know, he's made Leo aware that this is something that he needs to address.
Sure.
Yeah, and I understand, you know, Jordan has to be sensitive in these cases here.
Yeah.
With me, when I'm interviewing a band or talking to an actor, I'm going to get right to the point, why are you in town? Let's talk about your next project. It's a totally different world
Very
over
true.
here, right?
That's right.
Very
So
true.
you got to like sort of dance around it.
Sure.
The fact that you're feeling great, I think, is a great sign. You know,
Yeah.
it seems like it's very minor symptoms for whatever might be going on right now. Like it does sound like it's in that general area that we've discussed, and it's a sensitive area. But I'm happy to hear that you think it might be worth a visit.
You know, it might be worth a visit. That's a good point. And maybe maybe I have to talk more about it to get more comfortable about it,
Sure.
you know.
Well, Leo, I'm really happy to hear that you're now kind of open to the idea of possibly going to get checked out. I feel good about it, and you know, hopefully it's good news, or you know, if there is something that I think it sounds like it's kind of the right time to just kind of nip things in the butt, and you're gonna keep being strong man that you are.
Did you say butt?
But I was going to say,
Yeah. Or prostate.
I've been nip things in the prostate. In this.
In the sac
In the
area.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think I've been saying that wrong all these
Yeah.
years. I believe it's.
You've been saying bud.
I
all these
thought it
years.
was bud.
Yeah. Nip in the butt works as well.
It works very well for this scenario.
He's very literal
Very well.
with this.
It's changed my practice.
Jordan, very nice. How did that go for you?
You know, I felt really good about it. I had a good conversation with Leo. I felt like he was able to open up to me, and I felt like I helped him.
Well, I think you were very successful, so thanks very much for being with us today.
Great, thank you for having me.
Okay, judges, between Stephen and Jordan.
Okay, in my mind, Tom, although Stephen, he tried, he was quite entertaining with his attempt. He didn't seem to get to where Leo wanted him to get to. We saw that with Jordan. Jordan, it looked like, you know, paint was drying in the room to me, but he actually got to the issue, and he sort of gave some advice, some worthy advice at the end.
Thanks, Rick.
Yeah.
Thank you. Rob?
Yeah, I got to give this to Jordan quite naturally. But
You were holding in that laughter for a long time. He was.
Tell us, Rob, what you're really thinking. Yes.
But I actually liked the very slow, empathic approach. I think it may have taken a bit too much time, but I liked it.
You got there.
Thanks, Rob. Great. JP?
Yeah, you know, again, I don't think there's any sort of comparison. Stephen certainly added a certain je ne sais quoi to the process, and Jordan, again, was very meandering at times, but I think he got to a very effective and therapeutic point in his communication.
Thank you very much, judges. So Leo was suffering in silence. He was clearly worried, but didn't feel safe, or it's not his style to go see a doctor because he doesn't want to find out any bad news. Jordan's direct approach, telling him to get checked out, was great advice. I'm Dr. Tom Unger, and on our next Think You Can Shrink, you'll see a totally different problem and two different contestants who think they're good amateur shrinks. And remember, if you haven't gotten checked out in a while, see your doctor.
Think you can shrink? Well, maybe you'll stink. And if you don't stink, then you can shrink. Think you can shrink, well maybe you'll stink. And if you don't stink, then you can shrink. Are you the shrink to bring me back from the brink? Are you the shrink to bring me back from the brink? Are you the shrink to bring me